Welcome to the First Year Mom Show, episode 487. Today we're going to talk about how do you design a 2026 you are excited about. I cannot believe we're here. I was actually just on the phone with my grandma. It was her 89th birthday yesterday, and she was like, "Time just goes so fast." And I thought, I agree. The days are long, years are short. I feel that every day. I feel like since I hit my 40s, I'm even more aware of how fast time is going. I always say, because we have kids in like a big age gap, my oldest is 19, and my youngest is 8. We have one already in college. So I literally am seeing time go fast because me and my husband got together, my stepson was 4, right? So I've literally seen the time go and then I'm living it with my small people. And it's wild. And I know we don't always want to think about it. We're right about to start December, holiday season, all those kind of things. Now is a good time to think about it. Right now is a good time to think about what do you want 2026 to look like? What makes you excited? And this week we're hosting our 2026 planning challenge. So just check the show notes, click up in the button so you can come join for free. We kicked off today because while I know you're busy and you want to think about being present in the moment, it is a good time right now to think, what do I want it to feel like? What do I not want it to feel like? What is stressing me out this year that I want to be different? Okay. Every year I take this time and I actually started my business 2026 planning in October, and then I start my personal 2026 planning in November. So I give myself plenty of time to do it because I want to know, like, what does it feel like at the end of the year? What's going to feel exciting for me? Because I know that right now, whew, we're tired, right? The mental load of the holidays for moms is real. And maybe you're feeling the same. Tired, behind, like the year just slipped away. Like you had all these goals you wanted to achieve and you didn't achieve them. But I just want to let you know, one, it's not over. There is still time to reset before the new year begins. There's time to still cross a couple things off your to-do list if you would like. And there's times to get your head in a really good spot for when the year starts. So we're going to talk about that briefly today. I think it's a purposedrivenmom.com/2026 planning. Links in the show note. Whenever you're listening to this week, the replays are up for 24 hours. It's free. Come join us because while you're wrapping gifts and running errands, we're going to be talking about this exact topic, but in detail. So I'm going live every day for about a half hour. We're going to get some work done. We have tons of prizes. It doesn't cost anything to join. And I want to help you get 2026 feeling exciting and making the rest of the year exciting as well because you're going to change your mindset. You're going to stop that Eeyore, like, slumping around that we sometimes do of nothing's going my way. I haven't gotten to work on my goals. Okay. And I get why you don't feel excited right now. The list of things we wrote on our vision board for 2025 is looming. There's a lot not crossed off. Same. Okay. Sometimes we're like, all right, well, it's the end of the year. I should sprint through, right? And then other times we feel like we want to give up. Often you might make your goals out of this place of shoulds. Well, I should do this and I should do that. And so they don't feel super aligned to you. So no wonder, right? You haven't made traction. And I know at this point of the year, you're thinking, I did it again. I went a whole nother year where I didn't accomplish these things. So now you're feeling guilt, you're feeling shame, you're feeling burnout. And instead of planning from this place of burnout, I want you to switch your mindset and start to plan from a place of alignment for the new year. You cannot design a year that you love if you're just still building it around other people's expectations, what you think you should be doing, what you think you should, have on your list. And this is a good time to do it because the stuff that you didn't enjoy this year, the stressful things, the events, the things that didn't work for you, we want to make sure because they're so fresh in your mind, you don't put them on your 2026 list. So I want you to start with a little bit of reflection. And again, we're going to do this in detail this week. But if you're listening on the podcast, you can get your ticket, you're excited to get going, or you're on the YouTube with us. The YouTube is so lame. If you're on the YouTube, friends, I want you to ask yourself, what worked in 2025? Really thinking through what worked versus what didn't is going to help you with your first step of that aligned vision. I also want you to think through your routines. What things excited you, gave you energy, and drained you? Sometimes we create these beautiful 5-step morning and evening routines. And we, instead of feeling like we're on top of it, instead of feeling like we're getting all the things done, we instead feel behind. In the club, I teach this method of every month we look at our goals for the entire year so they don't get left behind. And in these goals, we ask ourselves, do I want to keep them? Are they still in progress? Have they graduated? Which I like to use the word graduated instead of completed because sometimes some of our goals graduate in the sense of they're a routine, so there's no completion. Oftentimes we have a lot of goals for ourselves. I'm going to get my cleaning routine together, my evening, my morning routine, those routine type goals. And we think we're supposed to arrive, but instead, because they're the hamster wheel type of goals, we don't arrive at them. We graduate them to a different tier. I teach a 4 tiering system in my program. Tier 1 is like those brand new things that need all my attention. Tier 2 is like I'm still writing it down because I might forget it. Tier 3 is maintenance. We want our goals to get to maintenance or beyond. And so sometimes I go through my goals and I ask myself, maybe this goal isn't completed, like I'm going to run a 5K. That's a very clear, we call those project-based goals. Start, finish, I know what it looks like. But with your routine-based goals, ask yourselves, do you have any that are graduated? Well, maybe I don't have everything under control. Am I doing more consistent things in my routines? Am I feeling better about them? Am I able to graduate some of my goals and say they don't need all my attention? Even though they're not done perfectly, because we know that perfect is this misnomer, there is no such thing, right? It's about the intention. And then I also do a thing where I'm like, and can I bless and release this? It's not that I'm giving up on my goal. It's not that I'm saying goodbye to it. It's that I'm just blessing and releasing it. I'm just saying, this served me. It was really great and I enjoyed it, but it isn't for me in the long term. It isn't for me in this season, and that is okay. And once you can shift that, well, then you can visualize what you want 2026 to feel like based on how 2025 has felt. Now that you know what 2025 felt like, what you liked and what you didn't, ask yourself that question. What do I want 2026 to be? Do I want it to be peaceful or more energized? Support it, right? I picked my word of the year already. My word I picked for work is refine, or refined, or however you want to use it in a sentence. The thought of refining what I'm doing to make sure it fits my season. The concept, I prayed through some scripture on it of how God like refines us and he pulls some things away, right? So that we can blossom. Refining, we talk in the Bible about refining by fire, right? That like this year's been challenging. There's been a lot of personal things I've gone through this year where it has been hard, a very hard year in the business, in my personal life, all over. But I'm ready and I feel like I've been refined by fire, right? There's like a song, I won't sing, I promise. But it really stood out to me. I want this year to be this year where I am understanding and fully asking myself, like, how can I refine my life to fit what I feel God has for me? I want you to paint the picture emotionally first. What do you want to feel like at the end of the year? Because what I feel like now it's better, but it's like if you had asked me in September, I'd be like, heck no, I don't want to feel like any of this. The feeling I have at the end of October, and I'll tell you why in a second, but the feeling I have now, I like this feeling. I'm very excited about this. I want this feeling. I don't want the September feeling. And I think why I'm feeling really excited and energized and hopeful right now is because I've done my planning. It's because I spent all of October in vision setting, like deep vision setting. I've done surveys with my audience. I've been praying about it. I'm coming up with a brand new program coming January 2026. So we'll have a waitlist coming for that. Like I am excited again because I vision set. So ask yourself, right? What is this picture of this life that I want, right? Then you can start to say, all right, what goals will make me excited? A lot of times when you pick your goals, we pick what we think we ought to do. I got, the basics, the bucket list. I need to be in my Bible more. I need to get my house clean. I want to spend more time with my family. Cool. But what lights you up? I got off a coaching call this week in the Purpose Driven Mom Club. We have almost every day. And we were getting on an accountability call. And I said, well, what's a personal goal you have right now? Because it sounds like you've got a lot of stuff going on. We've got the basics written down. What's something personal you're working on? And she mentioned she wanted to get her Halloween costumes sewed for her kids. I said, I love that for you. I said, but that's not a personal goal. That's a family goal. That's a home goal. What's something that lights you up? What's something that makes you excited? And as moms, we don't often ask ourselves that question. But I want you to go into 2026 thinking, what's going to light me up? What is something I want? And I want you to make these goals. And again, we're going to be doing it this week in the challenge. So come over. I'm going to show you some ideas on how to make these goals. And then pick one focus area to design your life around. If you're like, all right, I need to redesign my mornings so that I can feel excited again, right? Really dig into that. I want you to get started thinking about 2026, not from a place of shame, guilt, regret of the things you didn't do, but of excitement of what you can possibly do, okay? Now, we all know the vision is great. A lot of us are great at making that vision, but we just know it's enough. So I just want to remind you that you can't stop at the vision board, okay? It's important. We're doing a vision board this week in the challenge. It's a tool, right? We get inspired. We get excited. But you need a plan and you need some tools. You don't need another vague vision board, right? A system. And that's why I want to encourage you to join us at our challenge this week at purposedrivenmom.com/2026 planning, where I'm going to show you how to make a roadmap for the year. And if you want even more help, go get on the wait list at purposedrivenmom.com/club. We'll be opening doors to the Purpose Driven Mom Club on Friday. This is my group coaching program that's going to take your vision and make it a reality. We're going to get on calls and I'm going to hold you accountable. I'm going to give you time to work. This is the biggest change we've seen this year, in particular with our hundreds of members. They've said, I just wish you were in my house helping me. Like, I just need the time. I'm going to show you how to make the time, and you're going to get on with me and make that time. I'm going to teach you how to keep that co-working date and actually get your goals done. All right. So come join us at the challenge this week, where we're going to go through the stuff we talked about today in a little bit more detail and have some fun prizes. And you can win yourself a year membership of the Purpose Driven Mom Club, or come join us on Friday when we open. We have monthly, quarterly, yearly payment options. But remember that I know that you're probably still like thinking about, Thanksgiving stuff and the holiday stuff, and it's all coming. But don't forget that you don't have to wait till January 1st to start building the next chapter. It starts with that small decision to design a life you're excited about, create the vision, get started now. I want you to ask yourself, what do I want 2026 to feel like? And the second part of that is, how am I going to get there? Come join my free challenge this week. Come join the Purpose Driven Mom Club. How you're going to get there is with tools, community, support. That's what you need. So show notes are at purposedrivenmom.com/487, which also, side note, my husband came home yesterday and he said, what are you doing for 500? And I was like, what? And he's like, your 500 episode, it's coming up. And I didn't even realize he always listened to the podcast. Like, I know he downloads it to, like it's on his phone, but I didn't think he actually listened. And I was like, I don't know what I'm doing for 500. So 2026, our 500th episode of the Purpose Driven Mom Show is coming. It's a really big deal. So I'll have to come up with something fun. But I want to say thanks for listening. Thank you. Come join the challenge for free. I'll teach you some cool stuff. And if you want to go leave us a 5-star rating and review, we really appreciate it. It's how other people find the show. It's how we've been able to hit almost 600,000 downloads in the past 2019, what is that? 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 6 years. It's how we've been able to hit 500 episodes. So thank you so much for being a part of our community. We're happy that you're here. Join us in the challenge this week, and I hope to see you.